If you're over 40 and you're broke, you need to listen to this. Okay, there's some people out there that, and I've been watching YouTube videos of people that are not doing too well. They're above 40 years old. They're getting worried about their career, about having a career, worried about their retirements, and not living too good, you know? Well, here's the thing. If you're above 40 years old and you're worried about your future and you don't really see much potential for yourself, then you probably need to go get your CDL license. I mean, that's something you can do within a month and you'll be making an above average income pretty quickly. That's what I say. Go get your CDL license. It's not hard to do. And those jobs are everywhere, you know? But other than that, one thing that I would say that a person should really entertain the idea of doing is starting a YouTube channel. All that other stuff is a bunch of nonsense. I'm telling you, maybe some people are doing good on those other platforms. I don't know, but I know a lot of people that have gotten a lot of views on those other platforms and made zero money. That's not the case on YouTube. YouTube actually pays pretty well, okay? All you have to do really is turn on that camera and start talking every day, you know? Make a video every single day. It may take a little while, but if it, like they say, you got to show up. If you show up, think of it like a job, something you do every day, okay? It don't take long, a few minutes to film a video. And that's when my channel blew up back in the day, was when I made a video every single day. I did a video every day for 30 days. And that's when my channel blew up and I started making some good money off of it. It was enough to make a living, you know. But of course, over the years, ever since then, I've kind of slacked off, you know, and gotten lazy with it. But I'm working on making a comeback here, so bear with me. Um, Trying to post more often and everything, but yeah, okay. Now let's say, what if you're in trucking and you're worried about your future? Well, maybe you need to start paying some bills down and lower your standard of living to where you're not paying out so much every month, and you can go and get out of that truck and go get some warehouse job or something and still make a decent living. You know, there's places in this country where you can live pretty good off of a just an average salary. You know, um, but it's about what makes you happy. You know, you got, if you think about it, if you need more money, you're gonna have to make yourself more marketable. Um, just like us guys who complain about our over the road truck driving jobs, all we have to do is go get our endorsements, and that way we're more marketable, we're more valuable to the industry, and then that opens a whole lot of new doors to jobs that pay a lot more money and more home time and stuff. So we have options that we can do. But if you're not in trucking and you're like working some 9 to 5 job and you're just sick of it, you don't like it, you don't like what you're doing, and you feel like you should be making more money, definitely consider getting your CDL license. And if you're not interested in driving, get some kind of a certification for something, you know? There's a lot of things out there. Maybe talk to your local vocational schools and stuff. There's a lot of stuff in the medical field that pays pretty good. Of course, some of that stuff takes a while to get your certification, but there's a lot of things that don't take long. But that's what you got to do, you know? You got to get some kind of a certification, you know, like a CDL license or something that will enable you to make more money, of course, and start saving for your retirement. But people that have a lot of bills, man, that's really what you're gonna have to do. You have to do that, especially if you have bills. You have to do something to make more money. But um, if you're driving a truck and you're sick of it, the only option you really have is to just pay your bills down and get into something else. The thing is, if you're in your 40s, you still have plenty of time. I mean, you should still have 15 or 20 years to build up your retirement. But if you're in your 50s, like your mid 50s, you better really buckle down. You better buckle down and do something, because you don't have as much time. And you don't want to be 62, 65 years old with no retirement. That's not good. You don't want to be one of those people. It happens to people every day too. It sucks. I don't wish that on anyone. But sometimes I wonder about myself because I get so burnt out on truck driving, especially over the road. And to me, it doesn't seem like it's sustainable for me because I do it for a few months and I get sick of it and I end up just wanting to go home and get a local job. I go home and I've never had a hard time finding a job. It's just sometimes they suck. And sometimes these local jobs will have you working as many hours as you would over the road. I mean, you're working so many hours, you may as well be over the road. Like, if you're going to be working like 14 hours a day and driving 30 minutes to work back and forth, that's 15 hours of your day right there. I don't know. It don't leave you much time off, during the week. If you can find one where you're off on the weekends, that's all right. It's all right, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of videos popping up about people that they're worried about their futures. They're not doing very well. People that are over 40 years old. I see a lot of videos of people living in their cars, man. I'm like, geez, go get a freaking warehouse job or something. Go get your CDL license. You go get your CDL license, you got a truck to live in. Live in that freaking truck. And save your money. Get you a car for sure. And a dependable car. And a place to live. That's the main thing. Make sure you get a dependable car and a place to live. If I was getting a car, I'd make sure I got a car that was at least 2010 and up. And a 4-door. That's reliable and gets good gas mileage. That way you can use it for rideshare, because you can do Uber and Lyft and stuff like that if you need to. You can do food deliveries. If you ever get sick of trucking, you come home and do some Uber and Lyft driving. Oh man, but gosh, I guess if you think about it, a lot of us are actually pretty fortunate to have what we do have. I guess we should consider ourselves lucky that we have a CDL license and the ability to make good money when we want to. As a matter of fact, right now, I made a video yesterday about how a trucking company ripped me off over the past 2 weeks. If you haven't seen that one, go watch it. It should be pretty eye-opening, especially for new drivers. Man, they don't realize what they're getting into, but that's not every company that does stuff like that. There's a bunch of them that do, though. It's pretty much because those trucking companies are kind of unvetted, I guess you would say. There's so many of them. There's so many of them out there. I guess it's hard for the government or, the authorities to really police them and make sure they're doing the right thing. I don't know, but anyway, so I got ripped off on that job. And so, in between jobs right now, and I got several I'm talking to, but I think I got one in mind that I'm going to go with. And this is not some job that's been referred to me. I didn't call friends up and say, hey, help me get a job. No, I didn't mention my YouTube channel, nothing like that. I just looked at several companies, and I'm choosing the one that pays the most. That's all I'm doing. Nothing special to it. Nothing complicated about it. Choosing the one that pays me the most money. And I'm gonna go out there and make some quick money, and I may share the experience with you guys, and I may even show a couple of my paychecks or something like that to prove that it is actually possible to get out there and make good money even this time of year when the weather's starting to get bad, you can still make good money. Now, you gotta have a decent dispatcher, but a lot of these companies, if you don't get a good dispatcher, just tell them you need another one, you know? But anyway, so I'll keep you guys posted as to what happens. You keep watching and follow along. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Dread out.